Welcome back to Eldritch Horror. We're playing with two characters, Trish Scarborough, the spy, Jacqueline Fine, the psychic. And I'm going to leave Trish Scarborough, who's up here in Istanbul, as the lead investigator for this round. And so let's just get into it. We have to do the action phase, which means each character can get 2 actions that they can perform, and they must be unique actions. You can't do the same action twice. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with Trish in Istanbul, and she's going to once again use her action. If you do not have any clues, gain 1 clue. Well, she does not have any clues, so as her first action, she will gain a clue. So that's pretty awesome. And for second action, she is going to move from Istanbul to Rome in the hopes that maybe she can close that gate. At least that's the plan. So that's the 2 actions for Trish, very quickly, of course. Up next, we will have Jacqueline Fine. Jacqueline Fine has 1 clue token, and I think she's not going to do her special ability. I think she's going to try to acquire some assets. I wonder if that's worth doing. She only has an influence of 2. Yeah, you know what? She's going to try it. She's in Arkham City space. She's going to try and get some items. So she's going to roll 2 dice because she has 2 influence. Not likely. She only gets 1 success. Unfortunately, none of the items in the thing here are one. She could get a bank loan. Let's go down to the reserve area. I think maybe she'll get a bank loan. So these are our reserve cards available, and we have a cost of 2, 2, 2, and a 3. The bank loan would give you, of course, a debt condition, which is always not the greatest thing to have, but it would then allow her to have 3, so she could get the cultist journal. She could basically get any of them, but I just don't know if I want to get her into a debt condition again so early in the game, because I don't really need to have a debt condition. She doesn't need all of the stuff, I don't think. I think we're just going to leave it. I just wanted to show you what's in reserve. So we can take one of these items and replace it. Excuse me. So I think, because we didn't buy any assets, but I think they're all pretty useful items. So I think, again, we're going to leave it. Lots of talking, not much action. Sorry about that. So I was going to give her a bank loan, a debt, but I'm not going to. So that was her first action. Let's go back to the board for her second action. All right, so Jacqueline's second action is she's going to move from Arkham, and she's going to go out in the high seas to that clue token spot, because we want to start trying to solve the first mystery of Cthulhu, which is this one. I won't read it all again. The stars are right. So we have to basically successfully gain a clue and put it on this card when this card has 2 clue tokens, which is equal to the number of investigators. We'll solve the first of 3 mysteries on our way to defeating Cthulhu. Yeah, easier said than done. And that's 2 actions for each, for Trish and for Jacqueline. And so now we go into the encounter step. And lead investigator Trish is going to have an encounter in Rome. She basically has 3 choices here. She can have a generic city, a Rome encounter, or she can try the gate. And I think we're going to try the gate. So I'm going to take the top card off the gate deck, and we're going to have a look at it. And it says, the past. Ooh, that's bizarre. All right. You find yourself in Providence, Rhode Island. Over 60 years ago, the police have surrounded what looks like a church. Resolve the pass effect to help the police, or resolve the fail effect to protect the church. Oh, man. What would she do? She's a spy. Would she protect the church? Or would she help the police? Well, I think she's going to go ahead and help the police. Oh, this could be a bad idea. After the police arrest the cult's leader, he demands to speak to you about arcane secrets. Testing lore -1. Ooh, this is going to be painful, because Trish only has a lore of 1, and you can't have more, or can't have less than 1 die to roll. Now, she does have a clue token, so she could spend it as a reroll. This is not good, though. So she only gets 1 die, and she needs a success. Oh, come on. Success! She gets a 3. I think we are going to spend her 1 clue. So we're going to spend it. She's going to re-roll because we want a success. I didn't read ahead, but... And she gets a 6, which is a success. So Trish pulls it off. Wow. Having to spend a clue token, though. It says, after the police... Okay, if you pass, he deems you worthy. Gain the Enoch Bowen unique asset. Wow, Enoch Bowen unique asset if you fail. Okay, I got to go find that. That could take me a little while. So we're going to go ahead and find that unique asset. And Trish just gained it. Very cool. All right, so Trish got the Enoch Bowen unique asset, which is a person. So we're going to take a look here. It took me a while to fish it out of the humongous unique asset deck, but I found him. Here he is. Enoch Bowen unique asset, and it's an ally character. When you gain this card from the deck, close 1 gate of your choice on any space. Awesome. We only have 1 gate. We're going to close it, and that's going to be pretty cool. So I'm going to put the discarded gates, I guess, over there. Also, as an ongoing thing, roll 1 additional die when resolving lore and willpower tests. So very cool ally to join our spy. So it was actually pretty good that she helped the cops. All right, very, very cool. That was Trish's encounter. Really like that one. Up next for the encounter is going to be Jacqueline Fine, who is going to try to retrieve this clue. And by doing that, we take the top card off the Cthulhu research deck, which has been thoroughly shuffled. And she's going to be trying to get the clue. Now, she's going to be in a sea space down here. So I'll try to cover up. So you wake up on a reef with no sign of your ship. An enormous star spawn rises from the sea and places its thoughts in your mind. Oh my good lord. You may gain a dark pact condition to gain this clue and a miss of relay spell. If you do not, discard this clue and a star spawn monster ambushes you. Wow, talk about lame. All right. Oh my god, you may gain a dark... Well, she's going to gain the dark pact condition. She's going to gain the clue and the miss of relay spell. Oh my god. So she is going to gain the clue. Now, of course, we're going to put that right on to the stars are right. After an investigator resolves a research encounter, he may spend 1 clue he gained from that encounter and place that clue on this card. At the end of the Mythos phase, there are clues on the card equal to the number of investigators solved mystery. So we're going to have 1 clue on that card, 1 more, and we solve the mystery. However, I'm going to have to fish out a dark pact and a miss of relay spell. Just give me a minute and I'll pull them out. All right, so I found them both. And her special ability does not apply to herself. And we'll just check that out because it says once per round when another investigator gains a non-common condition, you may look at the back of the card and gain a clue. Well, she is the one gaining the condition, so she cannot foretell her own future, just others. However, she does have to get the horrible, absolutely horrible dark pact condition. And when the reckoning happens, you roll a die on a 1. It's time to fulfill your part of the bargain. Flip the card, and it will be absolutely horrendous, as we know. So let's hope that never happens during our playthrough. But she also gets an incantation spell, Miss Relay. During the encounter phase, you may test lore. If you pass, you may choose an encounter as if there are no monsters on your space. Then flip this card. So she can basically sneak past monsters with that spell. So she has Flesh Ward, Miss Relay. Unfortunately now she has the Dark Pact. Once per round you may, and she has a silver key as well. We can look at that again. Once per round you may spend 1 less clue to pay for an effect. I don't believe that's going to account for the stars are right though. You may reroll 1 die when resolving a test during an other world encounter. Well, she hasn't done that yet. All right. That was Jacqueline's encounter. I don't know if that was good or bad. It helps us to start solving the first mystery, but wow, brutal having to get that dark pact. That is way worse than a debt condition. Most of the dark pacts do extremely horrendous things to you if they trigger. So let's hope they don't trigger, but now it's the Mythos phase. Yep, the top Mythos card is going to be, oh my god, not another rotten, another rumor. Well, we're going to spawn one clue, so that's the first thing we do. That's at least somewhat beneficial to us. Get a clue on the board at the pyramids with a mummy. Oh, great. So the clue appears at the pyramids with the mummy. Not a good thing. And then we're going to have something happening on space 16. And space 16, I got to find it here, is up here in the middle of Russia. So we're going to take another one of these, and I will likely stick the card up there as well so I can follow along. It says, if we can read it here, if it will focus. I think it focused finally. Some dark magic has taken hold in you. Friends have started ignoring you as if you weren't even in the room. It's getting worse. You fear that soon you will be invisible to every other person on Earth. It's going to take 4, or it will get 4 tokens placed on it. Eldritch tokens. I do believe that's how this is going to work. So we're going to take 4 Eldritch tokens. They are going to go onto this card. Once, of course, we read the ongoing rumor. Oh, man. As an encounter, an investigator on Space 16 may attempt to research similar occurrences from the past. If he passes, he learns about a Russian folktale where children go missing. He may spend clues equal to half the investigators to resolve this rumor. Ouch. And it has, of course, the lovely reckoning effect. So, the reckoning would be search the asset deck, discard pile. I guess we can, well, we'll look at the reckoning if the reckoning happens. So it's going to go on space 16. It's going to have 4, I believe, 4 Eldritch tokens on it. Let me just reread the card. I'll be right back in a second. I want to make sure I'm doing it correctly before I place it. Okay, so the gist of the card is when the reckoning happens, we're going to look at the discards for reserve items, and we're going to look at the reserve, and everything with 4 or less will be discarded, and then we remove a token from there, and then it'll be 3 or less discarded, remove a token, 2 or less, 1 or less, and then the rumor will go away, or we can try to solve it. So it's not the most horrible thing. It's going to wipe out some of our assets, but I don't think I'm going to worry about it too much. And that's basically going to take care of round 2. So we have 2 rumors on the board. We have no reckonings yet. We have Madness from the Sea, which I do believe we really want to finish off. Or we're going to be losing sanity, ongoing sanity. So we want to get Jacqueline, I believe, down here as soon as we can. And so rounding up, I guess we got rid of that gate. So that's a good thing. And we've passed our second rumor card now, which is really not great. The rumors on the board can sometimes be a deal-breaking killer game because you got to try and solve them. We have 1 token on the stars to write our first mystery, which is pretty cool. 1 more token on there, and we will solve it and be 1/3 of the way to defeating Cthulhu, which is not going to be very simple. All right, Trish Scarborough has 45 automatics and Enoch Bowen. And Jacqueline's got a couple spells. She has a dark pact, though. And there's no way to get rid of the dark pact. It will just trigger when it triggers. So there you have it. So thanks so much for watching along. Eldritch Horror. We're playing with Trish. We're playing with Jacqueline. We're playing against Cthulhu. And he is not a pleasant individual to deal with. But we may be able to pull it off. I don't know. Join me next time for the continuation. So thanks so much for watching along. And thanks for your comments, your subscriptions, and your likes. I really appreciate it. Join me next time for the continuation of Eldritch Horror against Cthulhu.